4C's website. That's not what I said. What I said was the 4C's group should denounce the 4C's website, because that website was not sanctioned by the 4C's. That website is owned by one individual, and that individual has total control of what is posted on that website. There's probably 2 or 3 people that write on that site. I am not one of them. I never intend to be one of them. So when you start quoting facts, make sure you have your facts straight.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
You don't have your facts straight. He's the one who asked you that.
He asked me if 4C's should denounce that website, and I agreed with him, yes.
But you
But
No.
not-
He
not
asked you, should
me.
you denounce that group?
should you
What
separate,
group?
should you separate the individuals who run the site from your group to clear up a lot of disclaimers?
Yeah.
and-
How do you do that, Lee? Explain it to me.
There's a
Well,
lot,
apparently y'all can print it on your internet.
there's a lot of people in this city that associate with the 4C's.
You got a paper
that
man
have-
right here.
that
They'd be
have-
happy to print it.
That have nothing to do with that 4C's website.
I understand that, but everybody else in the city that's not here tonight understand that.
Yeah.
I think everybody else that's not
Four
here tonight
Cs.
is a concerned citizen.
The 4C's has not had a meeting since he brought that up. Now, when we have another meeting, we will probably discuss that issue.
So apparently it falls low on your totem pole things too, is what it sounds like.
Well,
I
I've tried to reiterate on many occasions that 4C website does not belong to the 4C group.
understand that.
Okay, that's a separate issue. It has nothing to do with the rest of us.
The problem that brought it up that night was you had an issue with something I think the mayor said, because we were always slamming the concerned citizens
Always blaming
And I-
us as a group.
because of things that are posted on the website.
I agree with
You
you.
have yet to date to denounce the individuals who run the website, if they are a member of yours or not. And the paper man can back me up on that. 4 or 5 months ago, if I remember
Okay,
correctly.
the 4C's group has not had a meeting since that issue came up. I, as an individual,
So y'all
cannot
talk-
say.
none of y'all talk on the telephone or nothing like that?
We have
Y'all
a
never
party.
hang out, you'll never go to anybody's house or anything like that?
Come on.
I don't think you really understand the whole group of the concerned citizens, to be honest.
I guess it's a looser knit group than I
It
thought.
is.
It's a
It's
very
not a-
loose
it's not a
knit group.
formally
There's nothing
organized
formal about
group.
it.
Okay, I thought it was more organized than that. Okay.
Let me answer a question for you. Mr. Savage, how do you know that I had a two-way mirror in my bathroom? See, that's just part of the situation we have. We have
Come on.
these people standing in the background, handing him whatever they can to besmirch anybody they can is not a part of their group.
This is not city business, you know?
Anyway, let me finish. So, are we straight on that? Who you talked to about that? Because it wasn't me.
Well, it was, you brought it up, you started bashing the 4C's group, and I spoke up.
I started bashing because you have some members that are out of control, if you remember right. And I pointed that out to you, that I said, I think they're out of
You
control.
may have 3 people, okay? The 4C's group as a whole is probably close to 200 if you start looking at the group.
Uh-huh.
You got 3 people that are out of control, and we can't do anything about that.
So how do
We
they know
don't
about
own
my
that.
house, Mr. Wakeman?
I'm sorry?
How do they know about my house?
I have no idea.
See, so I don't associate with that kind of vermin. So how do they know about my
I
place?
have no idea.
Anyway, let's move on. Sally? I know it's hard to outdo
I
that.
love having my turn now.
2.5 minutes.
I feel like I'm the gatekeeper here, you know. Yeah, I think Briarwood Bay has cleaned up a lot. And one of the things that we have accomplished is moving out some of the abandoned trailer houses. And we brought in some people that are buying lots and buying properties in Briarwood Bay. And one of the resources that they have used, property owners have put their properties on Craigslist. And I was really amazed to learn this past week that your website is now on Craigslist. So I just wanted to share that. This has actually permeated Craigslist now. And so now our reputation is even there. So it's going to affect our ability to actually sell property. And I find that terribly offensive. We try very hard, we work very hard to get disreputable people out of our neighborhood and to bring good families in and to clean up our neighborhoods. And now we're going to drive them away with this kind of information. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm not going to even comment on that one. Steve, right on home.
Okay, I'll try. First of all, to address the sales tax permit issue that our friend brought up. I've got a sales tax, I pay my taxes, I file quarterly. He just hasn't found it. Not my problem.
So you do pay sales tax?
Absolutely.
That's your answer?
On my
Oh, absolutely.
hotel
I knew
motel tax, Mr. Savage. Also, now that we are beginning to be in the public eye over here, one of our board members wrote in a nice letter to J. Tom Condray letting us on some things. And the very next day, her name was on the offensive website. We've been called Beerwood Bay, Briarwood Bay, I'm the Queen Bitch, just all that kind of stuff. And you know, you can say you don't, you can say two things. You can say, I absolutely object to this kind of thing and stand up tonight and say it, or you condone it. You don't have a choice.
That's absolutely
I
true.
absolutely object to that horrible website. And I'm ashamed to even know that it's on there. And I'm ashamed to know that he lives in my city,
Absolutely.
in our city.
Thank
And as far as the buildings and things that we cleaned up in Beerwood, Methwood Bay, all I can say is that it's because our volunteers work for free. There are people that we have on our board of directors that volunteer their time, and there are people here that could do the same thing. So stop complaining and start doing something. Get a group together and start working for something. You know, it doesn't happen by itself, and you don't pay for every goddamn thing you do.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to ask for help. And when you want the help and you ask for help, you'll get the help. But when all you do is throw people under the bus and you condone their behavior by facilitating this going on that website, where does this come from? This comes from Mr. Drost, who's the husband of the older one. Now, don't say you don't facilitate that website, because I've seen it on there before, and it's the coffee chitty shitty meeting or something like that.
And I have also
So-
said, Mr. Gullickson, that if the city had their own website, there would no longer be this. But that is the only avenue that I have or
But
know
but
of.
why does
I
it get,
can't do- I
why
don't
does
know
it
how to
get
do a
put to
website.
his website?
Where else would I put it?
Don't put
You can make your own website,
Don't
but to
fight
put
me.
it on one like that,
Fight me.
that's just going right down into the dirt.
I can honestly
Okay,
say
okay.
That's my 2
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, wait a minute,
Wait a minute.
this young lady.
I can honestly say I have never looked at this website.
Hold on.
I
These
have
two got,
never
these two
looked
got
at this
a discussion
website.
on them, huh?
And I feel like I know what's going on in this city. I have never looked at this website. What I hear comes from other people, and it is so offensive. I refuse to look at this website. Now, other people can do the same thing by simply not turning it on.
Amen.
Now,
Okay.
when we get our own website that has valuable information in it, and we know what's going into it, fine, I'll look at it, I'll read the minutes, I'll look at our financial statement and so forth. But until we all work together, it'll never happen.
Exactly.
We did have a site, you know, and because we're not professional politicians, we're not professional city administrators, we're not professional other than just volunteering our time as citizens of this community. We started one. We didn't know about any of the, all the specifics about running one and this. Ms. Rose took it upon herself to create a campaign of disinformation and bastardized us by claiming that we weren't doing this right, we weren't getting this on by the, and we were still in the middle of trying to learn.
That is exactly
And-
wrong,
excuse me,
John.
Ms.
That is
Rose.
not true. I'm not gonna be sit up here and listen to you
and what-
accuse me of something.
And so what happened was that we decided enough. He said, take it off, we won't be accused of not knowing what to do because we didn't know how to do it.
Bullshit.
All it is.
Goodbye.
I'm not leaving. I'm just not
I
sitting up
think
there
one
and
of your
listening to
big
you.
problems is fighting amongst yourself.
It
You
is.
can't agree on anything.
It is.
We do.
That is the
And
major
if that's
problem.
all you're gonna do is sit
See,
up
he
there and
gets to
fight,
speak, I do not.
nobody needs
He
you.
gets to run his mouth, I do
Absolutely,
not.
agree. But when you even have people filing assault charges for fallacious reasons, the
Let's
drugs
go.
against our mayor, how do you get
Fallacious your ass.
how do you get a cooperative atmosphere?
Over here.
Okay, hold on.
It's sad.
John, that's enough. Where's the judge? Did she leave too?
No, I'm here.
I can't blame you.
This
Go ahead
is-
with your,
We're on red zone now, I'm sorry.
with your municipal report. Do you want to give your report?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. We had a total of 26 new cases filed. We've had 5 dismissed for driver safety, 4 for deferred disposition. We had a total of 53 disposed of cases during the month. We had 14 show cause hearings, which resulted in 21 warrants being issued. I had 1 Class A warrant issued. Had 5 cases satisfied by community service through indigency hearings, and 9 cases satisfied through jail credit. So we had a total of $2,449 waived for indigency. The city took in $7,729, which the city was able to retain $3,717.82. Also paid court costs, which I know Mr. Robertson's going to have heart failure over $12,663.25.
Okay.
You missed it?
I missed it.
No.
Say it again, Judge, I'm sorry.
Paid total court cost of $12,663.25. I know you always love hearing that.
In other words, we paid our bill for the quarter. Quarter?
And by paying it on time, the city got to retain $948.
Yeah, $928.89.
Oh, 89 cents, I missed 89 cents.
You missed 89 cents.
Judge, where we at on our,
Warrants.
yes, ma'am.
Got-
Have we made any more progress this past month?
Got, you have to have somebody to work them. Yeah.
Just curious.
When, you know, I mean, I've got 2 drawers of warrants. The court can't call on them. I can call on the ones that's made pleas, which I did do, but I cannot call on outstanding warrants that do not have a plea in there, because then I run into a pro se. So you need, the city needs to have somebody that can work them.
All right, well, thank you, Judge. Now, we've already given the fire report. I'm gonna give my report. Okay, during the recent event, I promised $400 to Kilo Land for them to cut the grass additionally to help out for the Economic Development Board. I also facilitated in having an extra dumpster put out there because the trash was just overflowing. We would pick up the trash, but we didn't have any place to put it. Plus, they got an extra dump. So these monies, I will be asking the Economic Development Board to, not reimburse, because I haven't paid her to pick this up. I couldn't pay them because that was something for y'all, and I didn't want to hear this crap. So when it's all said and done, we need to pay that $475. All right, for the first, here's a reminder. This is something you really need to remember, especially after tonight. The first date to sign your name on the ballot for November election will be July the 21st. The last date to sign up for the ballot is August the 20th. Did everybody understand that?
You get on.
I hope you understand, especially after a night like tonight. Please be there at midnight on the 20th.
We invite sanity. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Been seconded, all in favor? Adjourn. Get out. Go home.
Thank you for everything.
Hey.
I still would like to see something in the paper saying, some kind of absolute disclaimer from your organization.
I bet you could. Seems like I'm always there.
When we had